All right, we'll get started. Just give me a second. All right, nice. Good evening, everyone, and dear jury members. Thank you for joining us on Saturday evening. This is Maharajan, and it's a pleasure to be your host for the next couple of hours. The Institute of Product Leadership proudly welcomes you all for Skillathon in Predictive AI Product Management by the cohort of AIPM Product Management Certification Program. Our participants will present their innovative solutions, and our esteemed juries will evaluate them on key parameters. As Skillathon Go, it promises to be an evening filled with excitement, challenges, and skill demonstration. This is an event where top shortlisted participants from the cohort present their hands-on projects and portfolios towards assurance of skills to demonstrate the problem statement and predictive AI product vision, synthetic data generation and AI validation, prototype demonstration, deployment, and adaptation strategy. Right. So before we get started, I'd like thank uh, the audience and juries for joining us on Saturday evening. Today's session is going to be definitely an exciting and a great learning takeaway. The cohort will walk the talk of IPL mantra, learning by doing. The audience will not just get witness it live, but will also get to vote. Right? I'll get to that in a bit. So let me begin this session by giving you a quick insight on what is Skillathon and why IPL emphasize on Skillathon. Skillathon is an event where top performing learners from the cohort demonstrate their understanding of skills and application in context of real world product idea as a part of their learning journey to the industry expert and to the other learners. As at IPL, we replaced examinations with the skillathons and studying with learning by doing approach. And the institute strongly believes that the real test of skills is by demonstrating your idea to live audience and industry experts. Okay, without further delay, let's introduce the juries for the day. So we have three prolific juries today for the predictive AI, product management skillathon. First up, we have Sabov Sir, he's the director of products at Geo. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, sir. We would like to hear a quick.
Hello. Maharajan, your voice is breaking up.
Yeah, what I was telling is we would like to hear a quick and short introduction about you.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much for making me join this initiative. I carry, say, 15 years of learning in product and strategy, wherein I've worked companies with companies across Flipkart. I've worked with Geo, Oracle, and as well as my latest role has been with Geo as a director of product for the Central Charter, wherein I was working for setting up of AI initiatives, working with the company to deliver results at scale. And prior to that, I have diversified experience with e-commerce and Flipkart. I've worked with Byju's and EdTech, and with the B2B product management, as well as some cooler technologies like VR as well. So this has been my learning for last 15 years. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Nice to have you. And next up, we have Saurabh Kaushik sir, who's the program director, data and AI platforms from IBM. Hello, Saurabh sir, and
Yeah,
welcome. We would like to hear a quick and short introduction about you.
yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah, great to be here. So I'm the product director for Watson X a data and AI platform. So basically, what we do is we allow, like, we make the data easier for its user or agent to consume easier. So we build a lot of capability for the, like, from the agentic point of view, generative AI point of view, so that, like, no world can build better application faster. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And last up, we have Kalol sir, who's the Senior Principal Product Manager at AI ThoughtSpot. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good evening.
Hey, hi. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. Like many of you here, I'm pretty sure, similar to me, some of you also started from tech background. So I started off as a developer long back, then did MBA. Then for last 13 plus years, I'm into product, mostly working with early and mid stage companies, but I do have experience with bigger, enterprise companies as well. For example, Amazon, and currently I'm working with ThoughtSpot. And ThoughtSpot, if you are aware, I mean, it's one of the leading players in global AI BI landscape. And that's why I'm pretty excited to see what you guys have in store and whether I can learn something from you guys. So really happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. And yeah, so without further delay, let's move on. And so here are the quick guidelines for the day, right? So guidelines are as given. It's going to be 10 minutes presentation and 5 minutes is going to be the feedback by jury only, right? So I have a timer with me here. So I'll give a gentle reminder at 7th minute and hard stop at 10th minute, right? Then post which we'll go for the Q questions, answers, and feedback from the juries. And juries can give the score allowed on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. After the presentation, you can give. And audience, everybody get to vote. So I'll get to that in a bit. There is a QR code scanner is going to appear on your screen where you can scan the QR code and cast your votes for the teams. Right? Any doubts? All good? All right. Okay, let's get started. So let's introduce the presenters for the day. First up, we have Team 1, Ravi Shankar, Manoj, and Karunakar.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. So,
Good
team,
evening.
who's going to present the screen?
So, Maharaj, and
Manoj.
I'll be presenting the screen. Before I present the screen, I request you to pin all three of us on screen so that we'll not be lost.
Because we are presenting our theme in a
Yeah,
podcast format. Yeah.
Ravi, let him pin. Let him pin.
It's done. So it will be done now that you can start.
No, I want you
Uh,
to pin first, and then we'll
yeah.
start.
Yeah, I think you already have this co-host thing, and remaining people is also I'm going to give access to them. So then you all guys will not be lost here.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, and yes. So, hope we can start, Maharajan.
Yes.
Yeah, just as we start to the jury and the audience, we want to let you know today we are presenting our presentation in the theme of a podcast.
So I'll start that. Shall I start, Manoj?
Just a second, why the spotlight is removed? That's the point. I did ask for a spotlight, Maharajan. In case if you have removed, please don't remove. Please put all
Yeah,
three of us on.
I've not removed. I've not removed. I've pinged all of you. Yeah.
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 Okay. So now, yes. So Ravi,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Once your introduction starts, your time starts. All the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Today we are presenting as a podcast format, as Manoj said. Let us start the theme. Good evening once again. Welcome to the podcast on future of e-commerce technology. I am Ravi, and today we are going to discuss about a critical problem in the e-commerce industry that is costing $18 billion annually. Okay? So to discuss about this, we have the right people, Mr. Manoj, the CEO and founder of Market AI, and Mr. Karun, CTO. Welcome, Manoj and Karun, to the podcast.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you for having us in your podcast today. And yeah, your podcast theme, future of e-commerce technology. And we are the ones who are working on that core of e-commerce problems, and we are bringing AI into solving these problems. I think we are right in the circle of your podcast theme. Thank you for
Yeah,
having us here.
Thanks
yeah.
for having us, Ravi.
Thank you both of you for joining. Yeah, that's great. Like Manoj, that you are in the same theme. So Manoj, let us get into straight to the point. Can you throw us like what is this $18 billion annually?
Oh, annually $18 billion. So let me ask you a question here. Have you any time added items into your cart and actually did not purchase them and left, abandoned the cart?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I
Yes.
do. I do many times, and my wife does it every time. And I ask her, "Why are you doing that? Why are you just adding items to the cart?" And she says that this is online window shopping.
Yeah, that's great.
Funny, isn't it? So at that time, I got a thought like, why can't we help these e-commerce platforms to convert these abandoned carts into convert purchased customers? And at that time, when I asked Karnakar, he emphasized that my idea is good and we can go ahead and try it out. So at that time, we have taken generated synthetic data of 425 session data of customers and just ran a predictive AI aspect. And that hypothetical e-commerce platform, the AI predicted that this platform has a $20.3 million revenue loss because of the abandoned carts. And that time we have dug deep and we have seen that in the preliminary analysis, there is a scope of $18 billion revenue loss because of abandoned carts, because almost 70% of the carts are
Oh,
abandoned in
oh,
e-commerce
that's
platform.
great. Thanks for the insights, Manoj. So you current solutions are not working for this.
Current solutions, I will leave that to our CTO, Karnakar. Please walk on the
Yes,
solution.
thanks, Manoj, for that. Yes, we have current solutions, but that are not yielding a better results. So that is why we have brought in predictive AI engine to our model. So
Wow.
what is happening is in earlier model it is following a linear approach. So with
Okay.
predictive AI, with we have followed a non-linear approach because see, a mobile user will behave differently from a desktop user.
Oh,
Why are you talking in theory? Let's see a practical session. Let's make a live prediction in our portal. So
definitely. It will be exciting. Yeah. Please go
yes,
ahead.
let's assume a mobile user. He is doing a shopping on mobile phone and he have four items in his cart, and he is a regular user. He made a purchase in last 30 days, and he is a direct customer. And the product price is, let's assume, 25,000, and unfortunately there is no discount and coupon available. And he is a returning user, and his previous purchase count is like he came in like four times, and unfortunately there is one payment failure in his history, and there are four items in his cart, like four in the quantity, and he have spent around 5 minutes before adding product to the cart, like it is like 300 seconds, and the total value of the cart is 1 lakh here. And he is doing this activity on a Monday on a busy day in the afternoon while having his lunch probably. And let's see what our predictive engine is saying about this customer pattern. Let's generate a prediction here for this customer. Yes, here we are saying only 41 probability that he's going to check out. And here our engine is also suggesting what can be done to convert this potential customer to a real customer. It is advising to send a retargeted ads within 24 hours and send a incentive code to, which will promote this customer as a real customer. So
Oh,
yes.
glad to see that live prediction. So, uh, can you give some more light on this, like how this is going to give like accuracy and value
Yes,
current?
as I earlier mentioned, we have followed a non-linear approach while we are doing a prediction. So that is helping us in getting a greater accuracy, and more than 70% of times we are getting the right accuracy for the customer behavior.
Okay, great. So I'm convinced. Like Manoj, can you throw some light on how you are going to convert this as a business opportunity and what
Oh,
is the
business
ROI?
opportunity.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I think we briefly touched upon the business opportunity where we have $18 billion is not a small amount. So we have built this system and we are giving away the system to customers to use it at a bare minimum price of 5,000 US dollars per annum. That's a per annum subscription fee.
Oh,
And when we say
okay,
5,000 per annum, $18 billion
okay.
is too big. So we are not going for big giants. If we see some smaller e-commerce platforms where they can actually take this for $5,000. And for example, think that they have $100,000 revenue loss because of abandoned carts. And if they are able to convert that abandoned carts into converted customer purchases, where they'll have 20x ROI by just spending 5,000 US dollars. And if at least they were able to convert 50%, they will have 1x ROI. So that is where we are looking to business opportunity. There's a huge business opportunity in
Yes,
this aspect.
that's great, Manoj. Having a 10x ROI is definitely interesting for everyone. So I have one more question to Karun. The customers won't be static in nature. They'll be dynamic. Okay. So throughout the year, the requirements will be dynamic. So how are you going to take care of this dynamic behavioral change of customers?
Yes, the world is evolving, and so the customer is. And that is how we have trained our model to be dynamic. So we have a drift monitor control, wherein initially we have trained with 425 samples. And what if we have like 1,000 samples now? We have
Okay.
just 2 clicks on the UI, just select the new file and retrain the model. Yes, we have new analysis and new patterns recognized, and the new questions will be updated in the backend. So that, see, the accuracy matters again. Now the accuracy will be fine tuned again, the questions will be fine tuned, and you will be getting the right predictions.
Wow. Glad to see about this dynamic data drift and so many options you are giving, and you are getting customer insights, product performance based on the purchase they are going to do, and you're considering a lot of psychographics of the customer. Okay. So Manoj, I am hearing a lot of good news about Markart AI, how it is helping the e-commerce retailers. Okay. So do you have the future roadmap? Or I'm more curious to know how you are going to help your future roadmap and current engagement with your customers.
In your
Oh,
last 3 minutes.
definitely. Definitely. Thank you for asking that, Ravi. Yes, future roadmap is there. And as you're seeing, currently our product is as the web-based, where they'll come and upload and get the predictions. In our future roadmap, we are trying to go into the API and webhook aspect, wherein the e-commerce platforms will come and consume our APIs, and they'll be using it in their own platform. We'll be sitting in their platform and they'll no need to come to us. They'll be consuming us. And after that, we are planning to expand it to mobile applications. They can do it on the go, just on the go using the mobile applications. And we are also looking to go across geographies by making the analysis for multiple geographical locations based on the cultures and adding more AI and ML features. So in that way, in the next 5 years, we're actually looking to go to 50 plus countries with 5,000 plus customers for Markard AI.
Wow, that's impressive, Manoj. Going to a scale of 5,000 plus customers and 50 plus countries, and making them easy to use in their own platform and their own ecosystem. Okay, it's really wonderful. So, how are you going to take care of the customer confidentiality? Because you are scaling up so high and you are going to all the countries. Okay, so how are you going to take care of the customer confidentiality? And I think, yeah, first we can talk about customer confidentiality, and if you also
Yeah.
can add
Karnataka,
light
why don't you pitch in here
Yes,
the
yes.
bias
what we
as well
discussed?
as yeah.
Yes, customer confidentiality is one of the crucial parameter. Yes, and we are maintaining that. If you have seen our live prediction, we never used any customer specific information. We are trying to leverage the customer behavior pattern, but not the customer data. So we are just using the customer metadata to prepare this analysis and retraining our models. But yeah, CPNI is always safe. The customer proprietary network information is always safe with us because we are never using it.
Okay, so glad to see that you are taking care of the customer confidentiality. And Karun, you also want to throw some light on the bias and ethical AI practices?
Yes, that's the right question. Yes, we are handling the customer bias and ethical risks here. So, if you have noticed in our drift monitoring, we are trying to retrain our model so that the bias will be handled effectively and even the ethical risk will be eliminated. What if a customer is like a good customer and he is kept at high risk? No, it is not doing that. By retraining our model, the ethical risk is handled there because
Okay,
our, yes, that is
yeah.
what.
Yeah, it's very insightful evening for me. I learned a lot. Thank you, Manoj and Karun, for joining us. Okay, so it's very impressive, to see Markart AI, how it's going to help e-commerce retailers. Okay, so before we conclude, you want to add any comments Manoj and Karun?
We are good. Thank you, Ravi, and thank you, Karnakar. We are good, and we are done with the presentation to the jury. So, if the jury accepts, apart from the presentation, we have a few asks to the jury if the
Yeah.
jury accepts.
Thank you, Manoj and Karun, for joining, and thanks to the respected jury and audience. Now, floor is open for the discussions and interactions.
Thank you. Thank you, team.
Yeah.
That's on time. Okay. So we'll quickly get into the jury's questions and feedback, right? Okay. First up, we'll start with Sambhav sir. So
Yeah,
your
we
questions
want to
and
have
feedback
some
for the team.
questions, like if jury permits, like we have something to ask jury. That's what
Sure.
Manoj requested. Yeah.
Right, sure. Okay, I think that can be addressed to Maharajan. How Maharajan, because he is the host, right? I'll just come up with the feedback. So
Yeah. Yes, sir. You can continue with your questions. If you have any
yes,
questions, you can ask and you can give your feedback.
yeah, yeah. In the interest of time and for the other jury members also, I'll just keep it very crisp and focused. So, as per my understanding, your product is B2B, correct?
Yes.
Right. So, in the problem definition set, that ideal profiling, customer profiling, and problem statement can be more clear, right?
Okay.
It actually brought my time back when I was working with Flipkart and my recent engagement with Geo as well. So, when you're looking at cart abandonment rate, right, which in your solution, cart abandonment can happen with various other reasons, right? But
Yes.
what is the specific reasons which you will be solving? At the
Mhm.
end of the day, it has to give you some actionable insight, right? That is
Yeah.
needed. And then it cannot be like e-commerce retailers. What is your ideal customer profile, that you are having so much of traffic right now? This is your SKU category, or you are operating at such a renewal rates which are there, right? Or why I'm coming to that is in B2B specifically, user signs up, a customer signs up, faster they realize the value, faster you have the
Yes.
chances of renewals, right? So in your presentation, I think that part can be included, which is there. But I like the way you guys carried out in a podcast mechanism which was there. And I think in terms of your solutioning, first of all, 80 to 90% of the AI products, AI projects, in my experience also, on global number you can also look at, they fail. Why? Because it is not validated. So that validation step needs to, what AI can do and will it bring in the value. So that is, I think, can be included. And then in adoption and strategy, typically in B2B you need to have a EAP program, that is called early adopter program. Okay, that is required, wherein you set up, sign up some marquee clients, you have the validation of your problem, and that converts to a later on case study, right? So that step, I think, can be included.
Yep.
I think overall, presentation wise, you guys were good, but these critical areas, problem statements, you need to work really, really deep and really, be crisp on that with numbers. What is the impact? Which area you'll be solving specifically? And then you go about it. And then finally, the value which customer gets. I think this is my feedback. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sambhav.
Thank you.
Noted.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. We'll move to Saurabh sir. Saurabh sir, your questions and feedback for the team.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, so I think it's a great presentation, good style. I generally look at the product into like generally three dimension, like desirability, usability, and feasibility. I think desirability part, I think you addressed well that like there is a big problem. Okay, and but I align with the Sambhav point that like you have to uh, you have given the only you have not given two parts very clearly. One thing is how will you detect that somebody is about to abandon? Like the parameter you have given, I think these are well known. I think there are deeper aspect to it, right? And to detect somebody's why somebody's abandoning, I think you have to go a little more deeper. These are known, and I think if you talk to any e-commerce, I think Sambhav has worked. So these are well known. So you have to go beyond these things. They are okay beyond this thing. Second thing is the intervention you're talking about, right? I seen this was the reminder intervention. There could be something else. There could be something more because these are also already known done interventions like reminder, sending reminder. So you have to think on that part, because there are, when you go into the market, these are the two aspects he will look at it, like what area you are exploring about the user. And it's not bad to go deeper about the user behavior, and there are a lot of data. You have to use every data, like cursor, where did I start, how long I've been into the customer life cycle here, across. There are many things there. So I think there are two aspects I think you need to bit more focus, is that deeper problem area, and more innovative solution. Okay, but great presentation, a good technical coverage. I think everything else is fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Thank you, Saurabh sir. Okay, hello, sir. Your questions and feedback.
Hi, yeah, so my first question, I heard you guys speak many a times about how this is a non-linear model. Could you explain a little bit why do you say it's non-linear, or what is linear in your mind?
Linear approach is something that it is very straightforward, and it is particular to a customer category. Okay, like if the customer behavior is also concerned. Like here in non-linear approach, we are trying to gauge different customers. Like for example, in our project, we took like customer coming from 5 different channels. Okay, so 5 different channels, we are trying to gauge how the psychic behaviors will be and how they regularly use their shopping experiences through their devices. For example, if I'm doing a shopping on my mobile device, I will behave differently than compared to when I'm doing a serious shopping. So mobile, see, if I'm traveling, I will see my mobile, I will just add into the cart and I will abandon that. Like, let me see that when I'm clear with my mind. And when you're doing a desktop shopping, like sitting at home, and I will be considered that as a serious shopper. So that is how we have to
And also
non-linear
it is
approach.
connected to the day and the time. Like so, on mobile on a weekday in a busy period, there is a less chance for purchase. But whereas like sitting on
Got
a,
it. Got it. Got
computer
it.
and yeah,
So basically, what you're saying, you're considering multiple parameters from
multiple
multiple
parameters. Yes,
different.
combination of multiple parameters.
Yes, but I mean, why I was confused, because linear and non-linear is something very different in mathematical and scientific terms, and when you use that for a project like this, that could create a little bit of confusion in listeners' mind. So please be mindful of that, and you could easily name it something else,
Okay.
which could, I mean, expresses it well. Another question from my side, I mean, the technology under the hood, do you suppose to get it done by LLMs, or do you think some other non-LLM based data science model will also suffice? What is that you have in mind?
We actually tried with a lot of mathematical techniques of the ANOVA variance and all. Okay, then we also took the help of LLM. So I think the hybrid approach will be much better, because like there is a lot of statistics and mathematics that comes into picture in addition to the simple LLM support.
Okay.
So before going to LLM, like we have done like a lot of what I say, like mathematical approaches and statistical approaches, and calculated the p-value parameters and F1 scores, and how is that accuracy is coming, and where we need to bucket the people and all that. Okay, and then like that helped us to generate like a 5-6 pages of prompt. Okay, which helped to create like this web app using LLM. Of course, for calculating these p-values and F1 score also, we used LLM. So what we feel is like the knowledge of data science along with the LLM can help. And also some amount of scripting, because we have seen that like various challenges that the web app was facing, like struggling to give. So definitely if we can do some scripting and help like its accuracy can be improved, that will be better. Like so,
Yeah.
purely LLM will be a challenge. Definitely, users, I mean, like engineers' expertise is required to make the product more robust and reliable.
Okay. Fine. So let's come to the feedback section. I'll keep it very crisp. Um, so I like how you presented it. I mean, probably this is the first time I heard a presentation in a podcast manner, and kudos to you for executing that very well. But my main challenge is here, I mean, this is not a very new problem, and there are players in the industry, the likes of Flipkart, Amazon, Target, etc. I mean, there are multiple other third-party services also. They have been solving it for quite some time, much before the Gen AI era. And not necessarily we need to involve LLM, in my opinion. At least the signals that you have shown your presentation, all of those signals can be integrated in a data science model as well, which is not Gen AI based. But I was a little surprised because my primary understanding this presentation, I mean, the scope is primarily regarding Gen AI. That is one. And also, I'd recommend that when you're presenting something like this, you need to highlight that how the solution you're proposing is standing out compared to what already there in the market. So you need to little bit show a flavor of what exists in the market, why they're failing, and why whatever you're recommending is superior.
Okay.
Right? So that was not very clear to me because having spent in the industry for quite some time, I personally worked on predictive analytics on the search and recommendation part. So, I mean, that's why I'm getting a little bit deeper into this. Yeah. So otherwise, I think you tried to cover a lot of bases, but I really hope you have got a little deeper on the solutioning and differentiation because the problem statement, etc., was anyway existing, and also the ICP part, as Sambhav mentioned, that was also lacking. But since it's already addressed by Sambhav, I'm not going into that. Yeah, that's pretty much from my side.
Thank you for the
Sure, Karan.
feedback. We'll definitely improve these things.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And thank you all, juries. Okay, now time for jury score now, right? Shambhav, sir, your scores for the team out of 5?
I think I'll. So, is there a decimal point or a whole point I have to give?
You can give decimal point.
I think I'll give 2.8 out of 5.
2.8. All
Yeah.
right. Saurabh, sir, your scores for the team out of 5?
I'll give 3.5.
Okay. Carol, sir, your scores for the team out of 5?
I'll give 3.
All right. Okay, now times for the audience poll. Right. Just give me a second.
And also, I mean, should we not keep this anonymous until the end, at least the jury's vote? Because it might bias the audience also, I'm just saying.
No, sir, this is the format.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so audience, please grab your phone, smartphone, and please scan this QR code, and cast your votes for the team one, and you have 30 seconds. Your time starts now. All right, time's up. Let's move on now. All right, that's it. Thank you, team, and wishing you all the best. And I have a quick information. The team two was supposed to present facing some difficulties. Hence, we are moving to the team three now, last team, and they're going to present. I'm just checking with them, right? So, Shweta, Vineet, and Kishore, if you guys are ready, can we go
Yes.
ahead?
Yes, we are.
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could you please accept the request for me to share?
Accept it. It's there.
Thank
It's
you.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So once your introduction starts, the timer starts. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Okay. We're good. Shweta, Kishore?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, good evening, respected juries and fellow innovators. Let us begin with a few scenarios which all of us in Indian households know far too well.
7:30 a.m. The cook arrives and asks the usual question, Didi, aaj kya banega? Still half awake, the house owner replies, Let's make aloo paratha today. The cook then walks into the kitchen, checks and says, Didi, wo aata to khatam ho gaya. The owner stops, turns, and then that familiar frustration arises. Are, kal kyun nahi bola? Now what do we do? The tension is real. The blame game begins, and the entire morning plan collapses.
So, fast forward to the evening. After a long day, the family decides, let's make chole tonight. The cook responds, chole te hai, lekin adarat khatam ho gaya. Another round of frustration. Another last minute trip to the market or last minute change to the dinner plan.
So, the problem is real. It is not about cooking, it's about time, predictability, and the mental load. Millions of households across India face the same problem every day. Items run out silently, no one tracks the consumptions, and no one remembers to buy it on time. Quantifiably, it's $600 billion of food wastage that goes into the trash without even tracking, without the proper tracking mechanisms in place. It's a global economic impact at a worldwide scale. So Shweta and Kishore are not alone. There are hundreds of millions of couples on the urban cities who slog for 10 plus hours on a daily basis. They meet frequent deadlines. They are very tech savvy. They are early adopters of the smart homes. They have the growing desires of sustainable living and healthier eating habits. However, they have limited time. They have groceries often go wasted. They have the apps like for financials or health tracking who tracks their past performances. But when it comes to the kitchen inventory, they have nothing. That is the problem that we three, Shweta, Vineet, and Kishore, are trying to solve for.
That's where comes our kitchen companion, which uses the AI synergy to predict consumption needs, prevent food wastage, and inspire smarter meal decisions. And the smart kitchen market is $2.4 billion opportunity by 2028. And that's supported by a high 67% adoption of life tech among urban professionals that Vinny just brought up. Okay, so this is how the synergy between Gen AI and predictive AI helps. So predictive AI is a forecasting engine, okay, and it helps in spoilage risk assessment and shopping list optimization, whereas Gen AI helps us in synthetic data generation and recipe creation and adoption. Now let's quickly jump on to the prototype demo that Kishore is going to give us.
So let's look at this. This is the smart kitchen app. This is already using by one of the couple. So they can see that once it is in the morning, they can see that what are the kind of items available in the pantry. Also, same time they can see the what are the items can be going to expire soon. And it's a clear indications where to click plan everything. If you click on the aloo paratha here, that will be brings you that what is the this is the based on the available pantry items, and it will shows, and it's also showing that what are the items to predict to get the can you hold on the tops with them. What are the items can be do a shopping like the onions going to be low in here. Go back to the dashboard. Yeah, if user want to capture, add anything, he can add a new item from the plus here, and quickly he can see that we are adding the tomatoes. Sweta, can you hold for a minute? Now you can see that the generative AI is doing the backend and identify this is the tomatoes, and even it's identify the quantity of this, and it's also identify the category. So everything we can add this item as into the list. So this will be automatically do a prediction or how much days everything will be available. So you can see that this is also it shows the 5 days left in a prediction way. So can you come back to the inventory, and we can do a meal plan. Let's see that a guest is coming for us. So we will have 2 people, 4 people we're going to add, and we want to prepare for lunch and with some occasional casual, and we can put it as a vegetarian and we can generate. Click on. Let's take it time 1 minute. In meantime, we'll go and look at the list. This is the shopping list where it shows what are the items need to be procured from the different for the kitchen. Actually, just go back and come back once it's okay. Yeah. Now it shows the list of items here, which are the need to be buy from the shop, and you can do it by sharing this list to the by WhatsApp and get this list, or you can do as an integrated part of the system where we have this integration. Currently, it's Amazon Fresh, Blinkit, Big Basket. I think Blinkit, which we this agent automatically provides a search here, and it shows this some of the relevant items here. Really, thanks that. And if you go back to the model, and that is a kind of order, you can pick the order like this. Now you can see that there's also for the meal plan, we see that what are the planning vegetables we need to what are the recipes we can buy. Right. So this is a kind of thing where we are. This is a very minimal we try to achieve for the couple, and you can see that this is how it will be really efficient in terms of planning the meal. Now we moved. What is the back end? What is how we entire logic is happened? I think Vineet will be go from here.
Sure. Okay, so as Shweta is trying to bring up the list, so we are now unfolding the backend stuff and going deep dive into the basis of the AI modelings. So here we have tried Olama model, the 3.2 model. We have not built the base model from the ground up, but we have tried to extend it using the mod files. But first, let's see the synthetic data that we have, right? So this synthetic data for 10 households for 30 days of past usage was generated using the chat GBI for the profiles of the target personas that we discussed earlier. This was fed to the custom model to get it trained, and we have come up with the custom mod file also. So the learning model is essentially twofold. One is the transfer learning, wherein we are feeding the synthetic data and we are building the model, extending the model. And secondly, we are training the model using a few short examples. Okay, so there's 5 or 6 few short examples. So these two combined together, they will yield the good inferential model for us. Now let's jump back to the real working aspects of the model. So let's run it.
Last 2 minutes.
And let's try to see some sort of prompts. The basic ones to start with. Yes, so we have the basic inventory list with the approximate usages and the quantities left. We'll try to add some basic amount of ingredients like 10 kgs, etc. But these are all basic, right? So what we'll do is we'll challenge the model with some more complex scenarios. For example, let's suppose over the weekend we have guests of 10 coming in for a aloo puri meal. Let's see what it says. And here you go. So the model says it implicitly derives the model, the recipe of the aloo puri. It matches against the stock available, and it says that cooking oil will not be sufficient. Potatoes are relatively low considering buying them, right? Along with these, there are different biases and the timelines drift that we have tried to focus on. As you see, the model was trained till November 8th. So, and hence it is like not yielding results greater than that. And that is one of the reasons why we would need to train and continuously improve the model rather than just once and done release sort of the usual frameworks that we have. Another aspect was A to B modeling. Now in A-B testing, so we have built some sort of really dumb models, and we'll challenge that dumb model with the same scenarios, and let's see what we have. very, as the name suggests, very dumb outcomes, no predictions, no inferences. And these are the sort of criterias which go into the model selection aspect. So this was the front end plus the deep backend models that we really wanted to showcase.
So we built Smart Kitchen on the very strong ethical foundation: piracy first, fully explainability, regularly audited, and always under human control. And our AI roadmap is clear. First, predictive inventory and expiry alerts. Next, personalized receipts and grocery integrations. And finally, a full Smart Kitchen ecosystem with integration with IoT and adaptive nutrition. This keeps us responsible today and scalable for tomorrow.
Okay, so here we have tried to sum up our journey right from the ideation stage to the monetization stage. And our predictive kitchen companion provides indispensable value by eliminating food waste and offering personalized and effortless meal planning. Okay, and we plan to capture this market value through guaranteed recurring subscriptions, high yield affiliate partnership, and exclusive B2B data insights, delivering immediate scalable profitability. So that was our business idea. Let's join this mission to build a smarter, more sustainable future together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, team. That's a good presentation. Yeah, so we'll move on to the jury's questions and feedback now, right? So first up, we'll start with Kalol sir. Your questions and feedback, sir.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, quite eloquent presentation. I liked at least the graphics that you created. Those are really nice. I have a couple of fundamental questions. What is your ideal target geography? Is it India, somewhere outside, or everywhere?
India.
To begin
Yeah,
with, yes,
to
India.
begin with India, yes.
If you are beginning with India, I mean, and your primary pain point is that when the maid comes, sometimes, I mean, we run out of items and the entire cooking cycle can get spoiled due to that. But in India, we can get stuff in 5-10 minutes thanks to Blinkit and all. And I also personally do that regularly.
Correct.
So how does that
So the
affect
idea,
this?
correct. So the idea is to be more, so I mean, as we were discussing the problem statement, right? So for the other aspects of our lifestyle, like for example, when it comes to health, finances, we are more proactive and preemptive. But when it comes to the kitchen groceries and the stock options, it is more of a reactive mechanism, right? There are items, and the thing that you suggested right now, if cook says something we do not have, rather than spending time and thinking that, oh, do we really have that somewhere in the stock, we immediately tend to go to Blinkit and try to order the things, while that the same item must be lying somewhere there in the kitchen. We do not know, right? So that's the waste, and it's just a waste of the food item that you are seeing, but the entire production cycle from the farmers till the time it reaches out to wholesalers, to the retailers, to your house, the transportation costs, etc. It's a big global impact that we are talking about here. It's not of just one item across the items that are stocked in the kitchen. It's a sort of area which is unexplored, unexploited right now. That is the problem that we are trying to solve here.
I get you.
Add to that, yeah.
Yeah, but my fundamental rebuttal to that, as a consumer, do I even care? And I mean, to me, it looks like it's more targeted towards the urban population.
Exactly, yes.
Right. And do the urban
Yes.
population really care if something else lies around and that can be found later on, or even if it doesn't? I mean, some of us can be very conscious that what is happening to the environment and etc.
Sure.
But practically speaking, do majority of us really care? And the folks who actually care, like our mothers, will
Yeah.
a solution like this can be adopted by them? That is my bigger question. And that brings me to my second question. I mean,
Sure.
the predictive part of it is really cool.
I have one point
Yes,
further
please go ahead.
to Vineet. So basically, yes, Blinkit, Zepto, they're all our biggest competitive threats. But for our competitors, their goal is to make us buy more and faster. Okay, that is for their warehouse. Okay, but when it comes to our kitchen assistant, our goal is to make the users buy less and waste less. So it is for the consumer's kitchen. So that is the basic difference in the goal of the competitors
Right.
and us. That's where our kitchen assistant comes into picture.
I have a doubt here, if that's something that you can take. This is Meenakshi here. So this model that you are trying to do in terms of the conscious buying or sustainable buying, can this? I just have a question. Do you have? Do you,
I'm sorry, Meenakshi. Sorry to interrupt. So audience can ask questions in the comment section. Only juries are allowed to ask the question section. Yeah, right.
oh,
It,
okay, fine.
it is in the
I'll drop
interest
that
of time. Yeah, please drop your questions and thoughts in the comment section. You can continue. Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, so my second question, the prediction part is really cool, and I like how you went lengths with the model selection, etc. But in my mind, the major challenging is part to provide the signals to the model. That is the regular inputs of what is getting replenished, what is not, and I don't expect any user to do it manually ever.
Not at all.
So, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts around that?
So as we have seen in a prototype, so there will be integrations into the, so there are two modes, two channels. One is the integrations via the e-commerce apps like Blinkit, wherein the model will place the order. If it is purchased, directly the inputs will be shared and the items will be replenished and the signal will be sent to the backend. Second thing is, if there is no automated buying by the app, and if I go personally and shop it from some kirana store or somewhere, I'll get the bill, I'll upload it as an image, and the image recognition part that we saw in the prototyping, that will be recognized to generate or to replenish the stock, which is again a signal to the backend.
That is, I mean, in my mind is quite wishful thinking, because yes, that is one signal, but my consumption at home is never linear, right?
Absolutely,
So
yes.
how do you account for that? I mean, just you cannot, I mean, assume that the same quantity is getting consumed day by day. So there has
True.
to be a smart solution around it, which
Yeah,
can provide a
agreed.
real-time feedback, and that is the actual challenge here.
Yeah, agreed. So
Yeah.
you have actually highlighted a very crucial point. So we are still thinking about that, how to make it more robust as a part of the solution. So that will definitely be evolving as we move along.
Yeah, and the last parting thought, I would have loved to see some financial modeling around it, that how much it will cost for
Yes,
the user,
yes,
what
yes.
is
Yeah,
what will be your, I mean, OpEx, etc., when you look break even, etc. Just a food
yes,
for thought. That would have made it more holistic.
sure.
I don't take any much of others' time, so
Thank you.
I'll conclude here. Thanks for the great presentation. Wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, we'll move to the Saurabh, sir. Your questions and feedback.
Yeah, hi. Yeah. Okay, so first, I think as mentioned, I generally value these things into three dimension: the viability, desirability, and feasibility. I think the viability, I think you addressed very well the kind of the food wastage and kind of potential it has. Certainly, that is a real problem, and I think I like the way you have approached the solution, like from the feasibility point of view, if you have to do all this thing. But my question generally, I think even for the previous one, my question was on to that whole the desirability part of it. So generally, when we look at that part, right, we generally look at like current customer journey, like today's
Correct.
how I live through it, right, and then I'm providing it how much extra load they have to do, like in terms of a
Sure.
task, in terms of an app, in terms of all these things. Okay, so I think that is where I think you may want to think a little bit more. I think previous Kola talked about it. I think that is the area I think maybe you might want to dabble in. It should not be another app, okay? It should not be another inventory entry or clicking and all those things. So
Absolutely.
that part of adoption, you have to ease it in, to the minimum. It shouldn't be
Absolutely.
something. And I must tell you, whether you talk to Blinkit or any of these things, they will not give you data, okay,
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
face. They will not give you data how much was in and how much somebody bought it. So that integration point will never work out.
Sure.
So you have to think a bit more differently in that whole desirability and user journey, and how will you blend your this solution into it. So that's maybe I think that's the area I think you should maybe think about. But I think everything else you guys have handled very well. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir.
Feedback very well taken, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kaushik sir. Sambhav sir, your questions and feedback.
Yeah, sure. So, just before going into the questions, any of you three, right? Can you run me through the user journey of your solution quickly, the steps?
Sure. So essentially, this is so we do not expect the user to open the app. So the typical day of the user will look like this in the morning when the user gets up. So there will be alert notifications on the mobile. So the user will see, and the notifications will be like critical and the low stock out options.
Okay.
And the user will click on those. And obviously, it will open the dashboard that we just saw in the prototype. And they will see the inventory, and then they will essentially go to they will have an option to either place the order directly, or essentially they want to add some more into the cart
So,
because they know these things. Or
okay.
if they are sitting on Friday and they are seeing these alerts and they know like someone is coming on Saturday, they will essentially go to the meal planner and then essentially do the things. They can fulfill their ad cart. I mean, the ad cart options, the carts, they'll push the things out there into the Blinkit. I mean, not to Amazon Fresh.
Sure. So, help me understand one thing, that how does your app knows that it's a stock out? Because see, let's suppose
Correct.
that you're getting the inventory from say Blinkit or wherever you were getting from, right? There is a consumption happening.
Absolutely.
So now at consumption rate, the things are lying in fridge also, and things are lying in
Very
open.
true. Very
How
true.
do you know that? How will you know that this is left this much or this needs to be replenished?
Sure. So what we have done is, as a part of solutioning, we have categorized the items into categorized the items into like perishable items. I mean, shorter shelf life, mid-term, long-term shelf life, and the longer, like atta, rice. These are like very long-term things, right?
Right.
So based on the past historical data set that we have trained, synthetically generated and given as a input to the model, that model derives the typical usage rates for, I mean, and the household size we have taken as 4. So the 4 people's household usage rates we have calculated, fed into the model. It knows that the typical, on an average, consumption in a household of 4 on a day-to-day basis looks like this. Now, if I have ordered a milk of 1 liter, suppose from Blinkit, it has been
Correct.
replenished, and this user is a family of 4, the model then derives the approximated stock out date, and then it behaves accordingly.
Okay. So you're okay. So okay. So help me understand one thing.
Yeah,
There is a let's talk about this stock out thing only. Stock out mechanism, right?
sure.
I'll give you a comparison. Okay. Any of you three can answer.
Okay.
There are retail stores, correct? And they've been existing for a long time. And there's a standard practice of inverting the
Correct.
inventory.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
It is tied to the POS system,
yes.
correct? Which is more predictable, right?
True,
Stores are more predictable, right?
true.
And your problem is more complicated at household level.
Hmm.
So why don't you think that stores follow this your predictive model? Why do they go item by item? Each item is inventorized, and from POS it exits and it reduces the inventory.
Hmm.
Correct?
Mhm.
So That's a simpler problem. They have not followed it. Do you think
Mm.
this will be successful to, predict at household level? There are challenges where I can go to a vacation, my house was locked, I was not well. Okay.
Yes.
There can be 100 other things, because your foundation of your solution is stockouts, correct? That is
Correct.
leading to smart ordering, that is leading to your
Absolutely.
actual value proposition cycle, which is reduction of food wastage, correct? This is what you want to achieve.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
But
the stock
foundation is your stockouts. How do you know stockouts are happening and they are
is
accurate?
stock out is a derived value, and it's a derived value based on the current stock, the consumption patterns. Those are my foundational elements.
But how will
What?
you know the consumption pattern? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So the
okay.
consumption pattern, one is the baseline that as a generic population is being fed into the model. That is a baseline. Now there are spikes based on the individual personalized consumption. Like my household, I on an average day, I'm consuming like 500 ml of, I mean, half a liter of milk every day. But over the weekends, this spikes. So as we move forward, my model will know that this household, which is using the app, will have the pattern of a spiky nature. Over the weekend, the spikes are coming. So it will tell me that you will run out of stock for your weekend consumption. Please order.
See, Vineet, it's too wishful to have a prediction of consumption, because there are other elements also, like dietary preferences is there. A lot of, you know, you don't plan your food of weekend, right? I don't plan my food for weekends. Let's
I
suppose
know.
I'm
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
that's how I think just take a benchmark from other systems who are tracking
Sure.
stockouts. Are they
Yeah.
taking the stockouts? I think. Okay. Second part is, I think, which earlier feedbacks they also covered. Maybe I'll just give a formal structure name to that. When you are trying to change somebody's behavior, here essentially you're trying to change a behavior.
Correct.
Essentially, ordering plus also, behavior of planning and everything, right? So you need to do a lot of ethnographic studies on this.
Absolutely. Yes. True.
Yeah.
So
True. True.
that is I think, which I should say you should categorically call out that. And
Got it.
one thing you good covered was, in your use cases about morning and evening, that is called day in a life of a user.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to create that formally. That is covered, but that needs
Yeah.
to be structured. Second is, I think, those were the good things which you had. Second
Thank
is, second question I have is that, in the use cases you said ke, okay, aloo parantha khana hai, but aloo is not there, right?
you.
These are the scenarios, right? I'll tell
Yeah.
you one thing. Right now what is happening, how will you make change? What is that value? I want to hear from you that what is that value, that convincing value. Right now what happens, I'll tell you the use case. My cook comes, he says कि आलू तो है नहीं भैया. मैं उसको बोलता हूँ कि okay, you prepare atta in a while, I am ordering from Blinkit, in 5-10 minutes
Correct.
it will be there.
Correct. Correct.
So where is
True.
your value coming in that? Why will I leave that? Because I'll tell you, without research, one thing about humans,
Mm,
without ethnographic, we
mm.
all are lazy. That's what
Absolutely.
Blinkit and
True.
Zepto triggered.
True.
Because when I am coming from my what do you say, work, I have 10 grocery stores on the way itself. Mom
Correct.
and pop stores are not closed in India.
Yeah.
I can get down from my car and I can pick it up. But humans are lazy. That's why
True.
I'll just go and I'll park my car. I'll start scribbling with my phone and watching reels. Then I'll realize कि शाम को cook will be there. अच्छा, tomato is not there. अच्छा भैया 2 minute और कुछ चाहिए, तो I'll just order.
Correct.
How do you break this behavior? That's what I want to hear.
Okay. So right now, okay. So now it comes to the vision, okay, that we are trying to inculcate here. So the vision is
Value
to
proposition. Tell me the value proposition.
yeah. So the
Ah,
value proposition, it okay. So the value proposition in entirety. So whatever we have demonstrated here is a part of the entire value prop.
sure.
Okay. So the entire value prop is an automated ordering that will just ask the user that do you want to order? I say yes, and the order is placed. Now it is similar to in the present scenario. It is similar to me going to an ATM, which is like 500 meter, or like we are living in the residential areas, we have 500 meters of like this thing, and we get the money, or via doing a Google Pay. Okay, so
Okay.
Google Pay makes the life easier. That's what we are trying to solve here. Why do we have to, face a problem in a more reactive way? Why not suggest, and on a single click my order is placed? It's like making it really no brainer. Why do I have to listen to the cook
With
that yes?
Blinkit and Zepto, na,
Hmm,
I have my smart list. Whatever I frequently order, I'll go. It'll always be there. I'll just click
yeah,
and I,
correct, true, true,
so half
true,
the
true.
work done. So what is that remain that I'm not able to understand that why should I leave? What is so convincing? What is so convincing that I leave my behavior of say Blinkit and come to add this additional application which will also be ordering from Blinkit only, right?
Okay, now I'll take you to another example of saying that, like for example, I want to eat pakoras today.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, pakoras need besan. Okay,
Correct.
now besan is an item which always will be there in homes, but in
Correct.
some nook and corner. We don't know. But
ठीक है.
when it's a rainy day, I want to eat it, the immediate trigger is I'll buy it. And that is where the Blinkit smart list comes into play. I'll say that, okay, I'll get it. It's immediately available in 10 minutes, irrespective of the weather. I'll cook it and prepare it. What happens is 1 kg of besan, which is already lying there in the kitchen, gets wasted. What if you get to know via the app that yes, the basin is there. I do not need to order. So your money is saved.
Have know that basin is there. If I go to the kitchen, if I've placed it in certain, okay, ठीक है, because your because one is that you need to go more deeper in your consumption end, because that consumption or
Yes,
real time consumption somewhere it's too wishful, which I feel, okay, because that model predictive consumption which actually,
I know.
oh,
Yeah,
anyway,
it is.
anyways, ठीक है. So I think these were the questions which I had. I think great thing about the aspects which you covered. You looked at the size of market, day in a life. You covered the user personas very well. Okay, but ethnographic study, I think you need
Yes,
to
yeah,
understand. Maybe you will discover something else. Okay,
sure.
in this whole cycle when you do that ethnographic morning till evening, and what are the friction points, might be something else which is a bigger problem. And I think with data and I think you covered about the transfer learning as well, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
So in transfer learning, I think you are taking the data and then you're putting that. One thing I did not understand is what is your retraining cycles, or how will you be running your retraining cycle for the model? Let's suppose everything is falling in place. Now
Hmm.
you have to retrain your model. Every time you need to be more accurate, correct? How are you
Yeah.
doing
So one thing is
that?
based on so the baseline consumption that we track. So first learning, second learning could be like on a continuous basis, the data pipelines, etc. At the individual level.
Hmm.
The another out of the band learning that we were talking about was the removing the biases, and the biases will be removed once we uh, how do I put it? The data that we have received from the users per se, we need to smoothen that out in terms of like I'm not getting that technical word, but more massaging the data, fine tuning the data, and then analyzing the benchmark of today's baseline and then retraining the missing aspects, not the entire data set.
Okay, so that brings me to one more question. Then, how do you determine that this model is more accurate? What are the parameters?
Exactly. That is where our A/B modeling comes into play.
So,
So they are so once I've trained the model,
huh.
okay, after the training, whether this model is behaving exactly at the benchmark level, it could be, it could not be. So there could be still biases, which would need some few short examples learning, some more refined reinforced learning, for example, to train the model continuously. So those things will still have to be done till the time we arrive at the baseline, which was better in predictability or equal in predictability. to the previous ones.
Okay. And what is your North Star metric
In terms of the
in terms of
model.
product? No, model will not have a North Star metric. Your product
Yeah,
will have
correct.
a North Star metric. Okay. What is your North Star?
Eliminating the food waste.
Food. Yeah, that is and quantifying it. I don't know. Shweta, you want to take the quantifiable numbers of the North Star metrics?
Retailers will not give you that data.
Yeah.
How will you quantify then?
I mean, in terms of the usage right now, I was thinking that number of orders placed by the app,
ठीक है,
that will
need to
be
think more on that. And how do you make money out of this?
okay. Shweta, you want to cover that in the business model side?
Yeah. So essentially, with the help of affiliate partnerships through, Zepto and Blinkit, and we want to scale the profitability by partnering with these
Tell,
apps, external apps.
tell me the revenue model. You will give this to them and they will give you money. Who is that person who is giving you money? Where is your money coming from?
So essentially, it is different channels. Revenue streams will be one subscription based. So the
Okay.
user will have it. Second thing is affiliate partnerships with Zeptos and Flipkart, number of orders placed, and the token of commission that we will get from them. Third revenue stream could be targeted advertisement, because now I'm going at the personalized level of the users. So I'll have the inventory in-app inventory available. So that could be the model to work with the brands and the logos together and have the targeted advertising served.
Okay. ठीक है. Only one feedback, last concluding.
Yeah.
Whenever going forward, also you guys, whenever you work on the AI product, for the first team also I gave this feedback. Look, evaluate the problem. Yes, AI can do it. Okay, that is one. Okay, second is, will it make an impact?
Sure.
You can automate anything. Okay, but does user really care about it, and will it make an impact? Okay,
Yeah.
so that is what I would say. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you,
you
sir.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, team. All right. So we'll quickly get into the scores for the team now. And also your scores for the team out of 5,
Yeah, I'll give 2.5.
right? Saurabh, sir, your scores for the team.
Yeah, 3.3.
Shambhav, sir.
I'll give 3.
3. All right. Thank you. We'll quickly move to the audience poll now. I hope my screen is visible, right? So audience, you have 20 seconds, sorry, 30 seconds. Please scan the QR code and cast your votes for the team. Your time starts now. All right, time's up. We'll see the audience poll results. All right. So unfortunately, there was another team that was not able to present due to personal emergency. So this is going to be the last presentation for the day. So we are in the end of the session. So first of all, thank you, juries, and thank you, audience, for joining us today. And specifically, Shambhav sir, Kaushik sir, and also your questions and your feedback and each and everything point out. I think it's going to be a great help and it's a great exposure, right? So please accept the token of appreciation from IPL, right? And I would like to hear your Skillathon experience and your final thought for the day, right? First up, we'll start with Shamosa.
Okay, yeah, sure. I think I am thankful for this particular opportunity to share my experience, and it is so happy to see how people are working on newer ideas and trying to leverage the AI technology. And I remember my days when I started working with the conversational AI with Byju's, and we were using LLMs to solve for the intent classification at that time. Uh, on that note, I think Maharajan, with your permission, I just want to share one quick experience to your teams if they're there,
Yeah.
which I wanted to give one structure to them, which I think can be helpful. This is just suggestive. So I think I'll just take one example from the case studies itself, which was cart abandonment, right? So which was the first case study. So guys, when you are looking at cart abandonment at whole, right? uh, when Because the person has already selected an item and it is already in the cart, so there can be multiple variables why this particular person is abandoning the cart. Okay, let's suppose you look at the prices which are there. Maybe I went there and I thought EMI options were there, it was not at that time, right? Or I saw there is a coupon which is there and now coupon is not working. So let us suppose that these were the scenarios. Before jumping into, say, solutioning, which AI is, right, we were like missing the critical part. As a product leader, you should be looking at all three scenarios, sizes. Maybe let's suppose 30% is impacted by EMI, 10% is because of the prices, 40% is because of the coupon, like that. Now looking at that, can I solve it with AI? We can start with a basic regression of these all three cases, which gives me a back understanding and also kind of structures it. So then I am razor sharp. Ke out of all cart abandonment, I will be solving very specific, which is price related. Okay. And can I give a predictive or a agentic decision? So immediately give a 10% discount or 5% discount. Well, that is the power of AI. Okay, let's not. So now looking at that, second comes is your experimentation, because you'll have limited budget, you have experimentation with that proving, then you have how much lift you have. That is the second part. So here, I think the more focus was on AI. How do I train data? How do I get into it? But the problem statements need to be very clear. Okay, then it goes like that. And then I think the metric to measure it, I think you guys can look at North Star metric, supplying metric, and as well as the input metric, and as well as the output metric, which will be there. Customer NPS is there, right? Your cart failure rates, which are there, right? Then there is a CSAT score. Lot of things which come in parallelly when you will work with data sciences team. So you will look at models accuracy, which is there. In case of frauds, it is like true positive rate, precision recall, right? False positive rates. So this is going to tell you the trade-off of modeling, which model to choose. As a product leader, you'll not be only saying, okay, data sciences, you make a model and then okay, you'll be sitting with them, and there'll be a OROC curve which gives you the trade-off of true positive versus the false positive, with the same data set working different models. So which model finally you will be using? So those are the things I think I wanted to suggest. I just don't want to be lecturing. I thought I generally share the practical challenges and experiences which are there, right? So I think, Maharajan, I felt really good. And I think, it's really good to see, people investing their time after so much of experience, and learning about AI, learning real cases. And I'm really thankful for this appearance. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you,
So
sir.
just
Thank
to
you, sir.
add
Pleasure.
here, Sambhav, so it's really useful. It's not a lecture actually. I don't know why you felt, but these are real insights which we get directly from real people. It's not a lecture which you have given. Those are true insights which will helpful in
Sure.
our further learnings and further projects. Thank you very
Right.
much there.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Yes, it's a great insight, sir, and pleasure
Thank you,
having
Sam.
you. Yeah, it was great insight. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Samba,
right.
for all your insights. They are helpful.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not generally focusing towards you. I am not finding, a opportunity to, give you a feedback to you only, but it's a generic thing which I wanted
Actually,
to.
we wanted to ask you because you had the e-commerce expertise.
Yes.
That's the reason, like initially we thought like
That's
of taking your inputs. Yes.
Yep. Other team as well. So I just picked up your example. So just don't feel that I'm just trying to find more areas of opportunity. It's not that. I wanted to communicate structuring of it, evaluation that will AI work on this, and then slowly going over it. Because
Exactly.
deeper
Exactly.
you understand the problem, better, half chances are reduced to get surprises going forward. That's what I have learned in Flipkart days, my Target days, or Oracle days, howsoever it was. Do redo, reevaluate the problem, take more signals, more data diagnostics, more quantitative feedback, qualitative feedback, because you're changing somebody's life, user flow is getting changed, people are not ready to accept this. Then you'll have one more challenge which I have not covered. There are team which will be impacted. They will think that when AI comes in, their job will be gone. So then it becomes more difficult to implement
True.
in the organization.
Yeah.
So that's how things are in real world. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Sambhav.
It was so nice of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Next, we have Saurabh, sir. Please share your experience about today's Skillathon and your final thought for the day.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, certainly great to see that, like, how like, product management or product manager of today are thinking about like, in both dimension, right? One is applying all these new tech into the different ideas, and also how we use this to transform our own product management, like, life cycle, or the way we do the work. So I think it is great to see. I saw the document you have sent me, so it's great to see that one. And I've seen all of two teams have used technology part very well. I think they've gone great depth. I think good technical know-how, all of them. They've explored the market. I think they've done a preliminary study, fine, but I think, as you would have seen other panel members, I think they probed on to, like, bit more on the whole, the desirability part, like, so the point is that, when we hit, when any product hits the market, you have to think about the GTM, how it will adopt it. Is it a real problem? How differentiating? Because it should not be very at shallow level thought, right? It should be very hitting at the base. Like, that's where otherwise these general things are generally thought by whether it's a Blinkit, or whether it's or any other e-commerce platform. They generally have these things in their armory. They have one employee who will do this thing. But I think we have to make it bit more thicker. That whole idea part, like, where it's very strong idea, very, it's solving a much tougher problem, right? Because I think it's a very light problem. I know the existing player will solve themselves. Okay, so we have to make problem much deeper and more richer there. And then the solution part is again how we make it easier to adopt, like, and considering all the real constraint, how much they will let you come into their life, or let somebody let you come in their businesses. Okay, we have to think, but I think it's a good I think good exercise for you to go through it. I think it would have expanded your knowledge and the way you're thinking. So I think it's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Pleasure having you, sir. Thank you for your questions and feedback and insights. Yeah. And last up, we have Kalol, sir.
Hey,
You can share, yeah, please share your experience and your final thought for the day.
yes, thanks for having me here. I had a lot of fun. It's good to see so many curious folks building stuff around AI and also uh, on the product management side. So I mean, the speakers before me has covered a lot of bases, so I won't go too much in details of what you should be doing. I'd just say, I mean, and it's most likely it's a start for many of you. So stay curious and do as many experimentation as you can, because that is something as a product manager you cannot avoid and you should not avoid. And with the advent of AI, making prototypes, vibe coding, etc., is very easy. And very soon, it's going to be basic sanity for most of the aspiring product managers. So if you shy away from getting your hands dirty, be a little curious about tech. So that's probably not going to be helping you in the long term. Uh, that's one aspect. And uh, I mean, though we are talking a lot about AI, but as a product manager, your primary responsibility, in my opinion, again, is to distill insight from a lot of noise. So when you're trying to solve a problem, don't get married to one solution. Analyze all potential options from all possible angles, so that your reasoning for solutioning should be, I mean, razor sharp. At the same time, please be mindful that when not to use AI. I know generative AI is really cool. It feels nice to use it, but we can probably save a lot of cost, and sometimes there can be a little faster go to market also with plain and simple heuristic or some run out of the mill data science models. So that is, I mean, that I learned from my experience. So, but otherwise, it was great. I mean, I had a great time, and I wish you guys all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your questions, feedbacks, the insight. It really helps, and it's a great score. Thank you so much. All right, we'll move to the final segment now. It's going to be Skillathon winner. Any guesses? Any guesses? I know we have only two teams today, so all right. By the way, Skillathon winner will also get a voucher of 1,000 rupees. That is also there, gift voucher, along with the winning certificate. So without no further delay, I'll announce the winner. It's going to be, yes, Team One. Hey, congratulations, Team One.
Congratulations.
Manoj, Ravi,
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
Arunagar.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Please go ahead and share your experience for that.
Congratulations, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, Team One, please go ahead and share your experience for the day. Yeah.
So our CEO Manoj will share it.
It was a very good experience. See, we have done these are second capstone project in our AAPM course, and there is, I can say, uh, kind of a 360-degree shift from what we present in a capstone project presentation to Skillathon. There is a lot of difference, and thanks to Sambhav, Shaurabh, and Kalol, we have got very good insights on how to go deep, narrow into the product thinking, and how we can actually come up with the right use case or right way where we can actually uh, deploy a product into the market in the right way, rather than just doing some research for a just for a capstone project. So this is very good, and as I said, it's completely different from what we have done in the capstone project presentation.
Yes, and Kalol sir, as you rightly said, don't marry to a single solution. Yes, we did that. We haven't married to a single solution. We tried to build two to three solutions here, and we tried to do A/B testing there, and we found this solution is giving better results than compared to the previous solution. And yes, still this is not the best. it is yet to come.
Always
And
that is a good suggestion because even we see like in our work life also they say like don't fall in love with your project or don't fall in love with your work. So it's a good suggestion because we always go towards a solution rather than exploring more on the problem. Yeah, thanks for all those inputs.
yes,
Happy to help, guys. All the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you, team,
And
and
one
wishing
thing
you all
I
the
need to,
best. Yeah.
yeah, I need to thank Kalol on accepting the LinkedIn invite. It would be great if Saurabh and Sambhav accept our LinkedIn invite so that we can be in touch and get help from you as well.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No issues
Yeah,
about it. Yep.
we want further support from you people like to make it a real product and uh, make it the value benefit for all.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. With that, thank you, juries, and thank you, audience, once again. And happy weekend. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Really great experience. Thank you.
Bye.